Hello viewers, welcome to UN Digital Class. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about knowledge-based agent. Let us start. Before going to the knowledge-based agent, first of all, what is agent? Agent is anything which perceives its environment through its sensor and act upon that environment through its actuator. That is called the agent. Then next, what is knowledge-based agent? Knowledge-based agents are those agents which have the capability to store internal state of knowledge, reason over that knowledge and update that knowledge by observation and taking action. That is called the knowledge-based agent. Now, look at the difference between agent and knowledge-based agent. Here, in this diagram, the agent takes input from the environment through its sensor and act upon that environment through its actuator. Now, when the agent performs some action on the environment, that action only depends upon the current input. Now, look at the knowledge-based agent. Here, the knowledge-based agent is nothing but that is the combination of knowledge-based with agent. And the knowledge-based agent also takes the input from the environment through its sensor and act upon that environment through its actuator. But when the knowledge-based agent performs some action on the environment, that action must depends upon the current input along with the knowledge base stored in the knowledge-based agent. That is the main difference between agent and knowledge-based agent. Next, in knowledge-based agent, there are two main components. One is the knowledge base, another one is the inference engine. First of all, I would like to discuss about knowledge base. A knowledge base represents the actual facts that exist in the real world. And this knowledge base is the central component of our knowledge-based agent. That means, in knowledge-based agent, the most important part is the knowledge base. And the knowledge base is nothing but it is a sentence which describes the facts in the real world. Here, the sentence is not the English-like sentence. Here, the sentence represents a language which is called as the knowledge representation language. By using this knowledge representation language, the data or the sentence is stored in our knowledge base, and this knowledge base is most important part of our knowledge based agent. Then next is inference engine. The inference engine is nothing but it is an engine of our knowledge based agent which infers new knowledge from the old knowledge, or simply you can say that inference is nothing but that is the derivation of new sentence from the old sentence. That is the main function of inference engine. Next is the architecture of knowledge based agent. Now look at the figure. In this figure, the knowledge based agent takes the input from the environment through its sensor, and this input is given to the inference engine of our knowledge base. Now, the inference engine communicates with the knowledge base for taking the action, because the inference engine performs the action based upon the current input along with the knowledge stored in the knowledge base of our knowledge based agent. Then, the learning element of our knowledge base always updates the knowledge through learning. That is the whole architecture of our knowledge based agent. Here, you must remember that knowledge based agent is nothing but it is an agent. But here, one knowledge base is used which is basically stores some prior knowledge about the environment. And the inference engine also another component of the knowledge based agent, which always takes the action based upon the current input and the knowledge that stored in your knowledge base of knowledge based agent. Next, operations performed by knowledge based agent. Knowledge based agent basically perform two operations. One is the tell, another one is the ask. The tell operation always tells the knowledge base what it perceives from its environment. That means the tell operation always tells the knowledge base about the input which it perceived from the environment. Then next one is the ask operation. The ask operation always asks the knowledge base which action should be taken. These are the two important operations performed by our knowledge base. Next, mechanism of knowledge based agent. Here, when an agent solves a problem, then the agent calls the agent program. In our knowledge based agent, the agent program always performs the three things to solve a problem. The first thing is that it tells the knowledge base what it perceived from the environment at a particular time. Then the next thing is that it asks the knowledge base which action should be performed at current situation. Then the third thing is that it tells the environment which action is chosen and the knowledge based agent finally executes that action. These are the three important things which is performed by a knowledge based agent program when a knowledge based agent solves a problem. Next, functions of knowledge representation language. In knowledge based agent, there are basically three functions are used. First one is the make percept sentence, then second one is the make action query, then third one is the make action sentence. These are the three important functions which are used in your knowledge based agent to perform the operations, that is the tell operation and ask operation. Here the first function is make percept sentence. This function always returns a sentence to the knowledge base which tells the knowledge base about the input or the percept it perceives from the environment at a given time. That is the main aim of make percept sentence function. The next function is make query sentence. This function returns a sentence to the knowledge base by asking the knowledge base which action it perform at current situation or current time. Next, make action sentence. This function returns a sentence to the knowledge base which tells the knowledge base about which action is selected as well as executed. These are the three important functions of our knowledge based agent. Next, structure of knowledge based agent. Now look at here. Here this is the knowledge based agent function, that is KB agent, which represents a knowledge based agent function. Next, here the KB represents a knowledge base and T is a counter which value is 0 initially and this T indicating time. Then next, here tell operation calls make percept sentence function, and this make percept sentence function returns a sentence to the knowledge base which tells about the current percept that the agent perceives from its environment at a particular time. Then next, here the ask operation. The ask operation calls the make action query function, and the make action query function returns a sentence to the knowledge base which asks the knowledge base what action should be performed, and that action is stored in action. Then next, here the tail operation calls the make action sentence function, and this function returns a sentence which tells that which action is chosen or selected and executed. Then next, here the t value is incremented by 1 for the next percept or for the next input. Then finally, it returns the action which is selected and performed on the environment through its actuator. This is the structure of our knowledge based agent. Here, you must remember that the knowledge based agent always performs 2 operations by using 3 functions. These 2 operations are tail and ask, and the 3 functions are: first one is the make percept sentence, which always tells the knowledge base about the current input that is perceived from the environment, and the next function is the make action query, which asks the knowledge base what action should be performed, and the last function is make action sentence. The make action sentence always tells the knowledge base about which action is selected and executed. These are the main functions of the knowledge based agent. I think you get some idea about knowledge based agent. If you have any doubt regarding knowledge based agent, then you can ask me through comment. Then next, levels of knowledge based agent. Knowledge based agent has 2 levels. One is the knowledge level, another one is the implementation level. In knowledge level, the behavior of an agent is decided based upon the 2 things, and these 2 things are: first one is the agent's current knowledge that it perceived, and next one is the agent goal. Based upon these 2 things, the agent's behavior is decided, which is the main function of knowledge level. Then next, implementation level. This level is the physical representation of knowledge level. That means here it is understood that how knowledge based agent actually use the knowledge which is stored in its knowledge base. This is the main function of implementation level. Next, approaches used to build knowledge based agent. Basically, there are 2 approaches. One is the declarative approach, another one is the procedural approach. In declarative approach, the agent designer tells sentence to an empty system or to an empty knowledge base until that system is full with knowledge or becomes knowledgeable to act upon the environment. That is the declarative approach. Here, in this approach, you must remember that this approach is followed before we storing information to our knowledge base. That means here we use an empty knowledge base, and by using this approach, we stores the information by telling sentence to that knowledge base. Next, procedural approach. In procedural approach, the knowledge is stored in the knowledge base through program code. That means in procedural approach, the designer stores the knowledge in an empty system or in an empty knowledge base by using the program code. Now, what is the difference between declarative approach and the procedural approach? The main difference is that in declarative approach, the knowledge is stored in the knowledge base by telling the sentence. But in case our procedural approach, the knowledge is stored in the knowledge base through program code. That is the main difference between declarative approach and the procedural approach. Next, what is knowledge representation? Knowledge representation and reasoning is the part of our artificial intelligence which concern about how the agent thinks and how its thinking power contributes intelligence to its behavior. That is the knowledge representation. And next thing is that this knowledge representation is responsible for representing information about the real world so that the computer can easily solve the complex problem. And this knowledge representation also represents or it describes how knowledge is represented in our artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, knowledge representation is not the data storing. Here, knowledge representation means it stores the information and from that information it derives the new information, and based upon this information it performs the action. These are the main aim of knowledge representation. Next, what kind of knowledge needs to be represented in our artificial intelligence? First one is the object. Here, object represents all real world facts. Then next one is the event. Here, event represents the actions that are performed in our real world. Then next one is the performance, which describes the behavior of an agent. Then next, meta-knowledge. It is knowledge about what we know. Then next, facts. Facts are the truths about the real world. Then next one is the knowledge base. Here knowledge base is nothing but it is the sentence which is stored in our knowledge base by using the knowledge representation language. And this knowledge base is the central component of our knowledge based agent. And the knowledge base always represents the real world facts through sentence and store it knowledge base. This is all about the knowledge based agent and knowledge representation. If you have any doubt regarding this knowledge based agent and knowledge representation, then you can ask me through comment. I will reply you and discuss about your doubt. Thank you for watching.